I'm with Ron Slay from Pearl Cone to the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. How's that sound?
That sounds beautiful, man. Never would I've ever guessed or even thought about being a inductee into the Hall of Fame in the state of Tennessee. Hell of a representation and a big time salute.
What was your reaction when you found out?
I was shocked. And I will say, man, I always thought, like, after my playing career, I was like, man, it's got to be coming at some point.
Yep.
Got to be coming at some point. And it never came. So I was to the point where I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Let me roll with it. And they all surprised me. Coach Fitzgerald, Coach Terry Reynolds, Ramon, childhood friends, all came into the studio. And I'm like, no, what the heck is going on? Like, why is everybody here? And they came in. I saw Brad Willis, and I was like, I've been a part of this enough.
So you know.
When Brad comes in, somebody's getting inducted. There wasn't nobody else in there with a resume like mine except Ramon. So I was like, it must be me. It was shocking. They caught me off guard.
You played at Oak Hill Academy, then you go to Tennessee. Your first year, Tennessee wins the SEC. Things are going great. Your junior year, you tear your ACL after 14 games. How devastating was that?
Big time devastation. That was my first year going into my junior year that I ever had a personal trainer, Vincent Yarbrough. Me and him, we flew out to LA. It worked out for 3 weeks with a personal trainer, day in and day out. And our game had taken another step because we had got to see what Cal Berkeley was like, what UCLA was like, what they were working out with. And it opened our eyes to something like, we got to work harder. So we came into that season thinking that, man, with me, him, Marcus Hayslip, John Higgins returning, we're going to have something special. We walked into that year, man. Hayslip was ineligible early in the year. I came in, and we all finally got together, and we were rolling. We all came out and said, this is going to be the first time in the SEC history we're going to have 3 guys average more than 20. That's what our goal was.
Yeah.
And we were right there. Open the SEC play, I think we were 3 or 4 games in. Vince was averaging 21. I was like 19. Slip was like 18. And we had a break in the schedule. And Syracuse came to town. I'm thinking, man, this is when I had I made my bones in the Carrier Dome. So I'm like, man, this is really gonna be the stamp.
Yeah.
Go into it, have a play, go up. Jeremy McNeil, I'll never forget. Just banged me a little bit, going up for a rebound. And when I came down, I heard it pop. Vince walked over to me and was like, come on, big boy, because I'm always on the ground. You know, I'm looking, loose balls, entertainment, whatever it is, Jimmy, I'm right there. So he was like, get up, big boy. And I'm like, nasty, I can't get up. He was like, yeah, you can, come on. I was like, no. So Chad and them came out, took me back in the back, and I told Doc and them, man, like, let's wrap it up. Let's put a brace on it or something. Let's go back out here. This is a big game. And it was like, let us do a test. Did a test, blew up like a balloon, and man, it was I put the towel on my head, cried immediately, and it was an eye-opening experience.
A lot of people don't recover fast from an ACL. You did.
Yeah.
You're the SEC Player of the Year the next year. You average over 20 points.
Yeah.
How rewarding was that to rebound from that injury?
That was huge. I think the motivation in it, though, was coming off of that injury, having the surgery late January, early February, and getting released June 1st, and going and attacking, just playing the game. And the love that I had for it being lost kind of fueled me. And then I went into it, and the national publications had left me off all SEC teams when we went to SEC Media Day. And I was like, wow, like, y'all just forgot about me?
I bet that motivated you.
Oh, that was it.
Yep.
It was it. I remember I wrote Craig Pinkerton was our SID at the time.
Yeah.
I had an autographed picture, signed it, and wrote to Dick Vitale, don't forget about me. And the first ESPN game he did, I think it was an ACC game. He went out on a limb and said, I'm telling y'all somebody that you shouldn't forget about is Ron Slay in the SEC down in Tennessee. And once I heard him say that, I said, I got to make them believe him. So I went in and wrote my goals down and went out, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And then the other part was bringing everybody else along, and they were good enough to listen to me, you know, and as a leader on that group.
You're the SEC Player of the Year. You don't get drafted.
Yeah.
How disappointing was that?
Super. Beyond. That was the most disappointing night of my life. Being out there, knowing that Miami had called me. I had 2 workouts with Miami. Great workouts. Broke a guy's nose in a workout. Continued to work out by myself. They called me back the next day to work out with guards, which I've never played guard. Dominated that workout. And they told me, you know, first pick in the second round, we're going to take you. They ended up taking Jerome Beasley from North Dakota State think he lasted maybe a year. I was crushed when I didn't hear my name called. But I also knew that, I've been counted out all this time anyway. So let's just go prove it. Went and had some good summer league times, but made a career overseas with it.
Played 14 years overseas. Now, I heard this story. I want to see if it's true. That you were playing somewhere, and at halftime, some of the players went smoked cigarettes and they were drinking beer.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes. This was my first year out in Istanbul, Turkey. We go to halftime. It was guys drinking espresso coffees. A couple guys had a beer. And about 3 guys were by the window with it open crack smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, dog, this is not the SEC. Like, this ain't what I'm used to. So that was eye-opening. I was like, man, I don't know if this is a business. Should I take this serious or what? But yeah, that was interesting. that was my welcome to Europe right there.
All right, I got to ask you this. So you've been very successful with radio, working with the SEC Nation. Your half-brother, Ramon Foster, he's been selected to be the color analyst for Tennessee football.
Yes.
How is Ramon going to do?
I think Ramon is going to do terrific. Ramon's storytelling, the way he elaborates on plays and makes you understand them as a fan of the game, the way he gets it across, he's going to do a great job. And if he don't, I'm going to be doing scouting reports and sending them to him. And if I got to text Mike Keefe for me to get through to him, we getting through to Ramon. Like, no, but I think he's going to do a great job. Like, he bleeds orange. He knows the game front and back, and play a 11-year career with the same franchise that's historically relevant, like the Tennessee Vols is. I think it's a match made in heaven.
Is he going to wear a headband when he does the games?
You know what? First game, I'm going to let him get by. But any big win, I'm coming up there and I'm in the booth. I'm putting the headband on him, Jimmy. I got to. It's only right. It's only right.
Ron Slay, thank you so much. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Very deserving.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.